And hello, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Friggin' Uncultured Podcast. As always, I am Andy. I'm always in the same room, but if you're a repeat watcher or listener, you might notice for Chandler, I guess he's over here, he's finally in a different room. It looks like the move is officially done. Are we 100% done? You're no more moving?
I moved, but not unpacked. So
I mean, that's fine. You just
yeah,
live out of boxes for the next 5-6 years, whatever. You do you. Not gonna
fair
question
enough,
it.
fair enough.
Not gonna
And
judge.
speaking of not being unpacked, I'm having, if you couldn't tell, I'm having to use my headset mic today, so it
Yeah.
doesn't sound as good and it doesn't sound normal, because I can't find the cord to my mic. So y'all are going to have to deal with, COD player Chandler today because that's what it sounds like. It sounds like I'm in the Xbox 360 voice chat right now.
It
So
does, yeah. No, as long as you don't
yeah.
start insulting me or calling me names, I think we'll be all right.
Oh, I know. I don't know. I don't know.
There's still time, so in all
Yeah.
fairness, there's still time. But the good news, guys, is the move is finally complete. So
Yay.
hopefully we can kind of get things back on track. We're going to start trying to play some games together. We're going to start doing more like actual episodes. Obviously, we've been pretty good with keeping up with the episodes, but doing some gaming content, doing some reviews. We got a lot of projects and ideas in the works, so definitely stick tuned. And don't forget to hit that follow, subscribe, whatever platform you're listening on. But don't forget to keep checking us out because there's a lot of good ideas in the future. But before we dive into the episode, let's jump into some small talk. We got a lot. It's been a few weeks. Like, obviously, we've been busy with life and moves and stuff like that. So
It's definitely been a few weeks since we've recorded a video in this capacity. So
fair. I mean,
yeah.
we've had a lot going on. I mean, obviously, we did the episode for Summer Game Fest. We did our Switch 2 review, which, in all fairness, were very impromptu and last minute because with the move happening, everything kind of just like, all right, we've got to do an episode for this, but you're kind of in transit between two places. So let's
Yeah.
it has been a bit, so let's get caught up. What's some new small talk you brought to the table today?
So obviously we're moved in and everything, and we have everything set up. I have better lighting because I'm literally sitting right in front of two windows,
There you
so
go.
you can actually see my face, and I look glorious. So, and then let's see what else is going on. Here recently, my wife and I went to a concert. We went and saw Pierce the Veil with Sleeping with Sirens with an opener by Beach Weather, who I didn't know who Beach Weather was, and they were okay.
Was the
But
show
sleeping
good?
with, oh yeah, no, it was really good. I've thought about uploading some videos that I took to my Neon John's TikTok,
There you go.
just to get them out there because I took some good video too, and I got some nice pans of the crowd and some of the stuff that they were doing to interact with the show.
That's
It was
cool.
really fun. It was really cool and fun thing. We're actually going back to the same venue later this year, closer towards the end of the year, to go see 21 Pilots.
Oh, nice. That'll be
Yeah,
cool.
so
That'll be a crazy
yeah.
show. That'll be a lot of people there. I know that. So
Oh yeah,
that'll
the
be a big
tickets
show.
tickets were
Yep,
gone like that.
I believe
So,
it. Well, that's cool.
but something else. So on Tuesdays when I get out of work, I go check on my grandma, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so just yeah, I know you know this, but just to give a little clarification and backstory to our listeners. So last May, her husband passed away, who was my step grandfather technically.
Yeah.
Her second husband. So he was not a good person, and that's all I'm going to leave it as. So, no, I wasn't heartbroken. We'll just
Fair enough. That's
just
out
leave
of
it at
my that's out of my my wheelhouse, man. I don't want to. I'm not gonna
I-
jump in on that one. So
so anyway, I was at her house Tuesday and I was helping her out with some stuff, and she pulls out this, a CD case, but it's like one of those plastic ones where you put the CDs in it, and line them up with them still in their jewel cases.
yeah.
So yeah, so she hands me this. She goes, "Can you go through this and can you see if there's anything worthwhile in here or anything?" And I learned that her, former husband was had a very bad pirating problem because he because he had a lot of pirated movies, and he also had a lot of pirated PC games, but like specifically he had Doom shooters. So
Okay.
so he had a CD that was literally just like Doom, Quake, Hex, and
I mean,
and I was,
yeah.
Yeah. But smack dab in the middle of all of these CDs, though, in this case, was just porn.
What the hell?
And nothing else. It was just porn. And I was just like, oh, Grandma, throw this away.
Did you tell her?
No, I just said,
Okay.
hey, this is all, I was like, this is all trash.
Well, good. Hopefully no one will know from this point forward.
I know. As I just tell the entire
Yep.
internet,
Yep.
if y'all run into my grandmother, don't say anything.
We need to keep it a secret, guys. Come on. That's funny.
Yeah, no, I told my wife about it, and she was like, what the hell?
That's funny. Did you
Yeah.
keep the games or any of that stuff? Did you keep anything out of there?
Because just because that's what was written on the CD doesn't mean that's what
Fair.
it was, man. Like,
Fair.
I wasn't going to risk that. Plus, I don't have a disc
CD
tray
drive?
on the PC. Yeah, anyway, so I was like, nah, I'm not going to bother. He also had a pirated copy of Flight Sim 98, so
There you go. I mean, those are good games back in the day for sure. I mean, they're still those games still sell like crazy. So that's funny.
so yeah,
though.
that's it for my small talk. So
Well, I don't have anything exciting like that. But I
wouldn't
do
call
have.
it exciting. But
I mean, I don't have anything as funny as that, I should say.
oh, okay.
But my small talk has been more of like a kind of a reawakening of an old hobby of mine. Like I grew up playing like card games and stuff like that. One of my favorite games from back in the day was always Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, I remember you telling me.
Yeah, so the unfortunate side effect of this, though, is if you've been listening to the channel, you're kind of aware I like Final Fantasy.
I already know where this is going. Yeah.
So the problem is they released the sets, a Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering set.
Mm-hmm.
Needless to say, I have been buying these things like crazy. Just put it in context. This box right here, this big box right here, there's one booster pack in it.
Yeah.
It's $50
For one booster.
One booster pack.
What else comes with it?
Just the one booster pack. Yeah.
I can't say anything though because I collect One Piece cards.
So this is probably my 8th one I've bought.
Yeah.
And that doesn't include the multiple bundle boxes. I've gone and split multiple booster boxes with multiple people. I've been buying these cards up left and right, man. And I love it. Like it gets me back into playing Magic. I've been playing Arena a lot lately. But it's also neat to see all these Final Fantasy cards, like, you know, come to life, essentially. I'm seeing all these, like the Golden Saucer, all the Chocobo cards, and it just, like, it's super cool to see this stuff. I never thought I would see anything like it. I mean, they have Final Fantasy trading card games.
Yeah.
But being mixed into Magic, it's like, okay, this is incredible. So I will never financially recover from this new issue until they go out of print, which I'm hoping sooner than later because I'm going to keep buying them if I don't. Well, they already announced their new sets are coming out. They have a Spider-Man set coming out. And then later in November, they're doing an Avatar set. Last Airbender.
Okay, I was about to say Last Airbender. So
I actually saw some of the art from one of those cards. It looks really... I'm not an Avatar fan, but it looks really cool.
Speaking of Last Airbender, because remember how we had our Summer Game Fest episode, we were talking about Sonic Racing Cross Worlds and what the other packs after Minecraft were going to be?
Yeah.
So the SpongeBob and TMNT ones are included in that. So they just actually recently had an announcement. So it's Minecraft, SpongeBob, TMNT, and then Last Airbender.
Okay.
So there's still 2 more that
I was
going to
say there were 6 though, so.
Yeah, so 2 more haven't been announced still, but I was like 3 Nickelodeon properties. I was like, you could have varied it up a little bit, but I mean, whatever.
If the check, if the check fits kind of thing. So.
Yeah, I guess. But whenever you were like, I got back into an old hobby, for some reason my mind went straight to Mighty Beans.
What the hell are Mighty Beans?
You don't know what Mighty Beans are? Here, hold on.
No idea what those are.
Hold on.
I don't think I do.
You don't know what Mighty Beans are?
No.
Hold on. How do you not know? They were a part of the tech deck craze, man.
Mighty Beans? Like, I'd have to
Yeah,
look.
Mighty Beans.
I'd
You
have to
know
look
what?
that
Here,
up.
actually, hold on. I'm fixing to send you a link.
All right. Because,
So
yeah,
if you
that's
want to, it's an Amazon link. So if you want to buy some, you're more than welcome
Oh,
to
okay.
as well.
Of course, of course. Are you sending it
Yeah.
in Discord?
Yeah.
All right. It's going to mess
you
up
know.
your camera, so give me...
Oh, it is?
Yeah, because I got to do this, so it's going to mess up your camera.
All right, hold
The
on.
illusion
I'm
will be
sending
broken because now they can see our chat history.
it. Yeah. Good thing we don't have anything inappropriate, you know? It's
Yeah.
not...
Oh, it does reveal a little bit of what we're going to talk about, though, so I'll have to... I'll edit this out. So, Mighty Beans. I have no idea what these are.
I didn't realize I sent you the Fortnite pack, though.
Of course you would. This is in your previously purchased. I know it already.
No. Andy, is your address up there in the top right?
Top right?
Yeah, because you're on Amazon.
Oh, shit. Yeah, okay, hold on. Alright, I'm just gonna leave all of this out.
But I'm editing this one.
Yeah, we're gonna edit all this out. We're gonna leave all
so-
this. So, no, I don't know what Mighty Beans are.
Yeah, and after Andy just doxed himself, he found out he doesn't know what Mighty Beans are.
You doxed me. That was planned.
It's not, I swear.
I might edit this one now just to be sure.
Oh man.
We gotta be careful. We gotta be careful when we do live videos now. Apparently, I didn't know.
Yeah,
I didn't know
I
my stuff was saved like that. But all right, so no.
Should have just opened it under the frickin' uncultured one.
Well, it opened it there on its own. So.
Oh, okay.
But no, I don't know anything on those things. What are they?
They're literally just little like pill characters that are weighted on the bottom so you can flip them and stuff.
That was part of the tech deck craze?
I mean, I associate them with tech decks because they were very popular at the same time, you know, like fidget spinners and Poppy Playtime, you know, like.
All right.
Because you walk into the mall and they have the little kiosk to buy fidget spinners, and they would have knockoff Huggy Wuggies hanging up too. So.
Yep. Oh man. Those things are everywhere.
Dude, it's weird how my brain correlates things and like. So.
Hey, I mean, it works for you. I mean, I'm the worst when it comes to time frames and stuff like that. So.
Oh, dude, I'm also the same. Like, I do it with so much. I also group together the movie Aragon based off of the hit book series with Steve Martin's Pink Panther.
Why?
So, because they both came out on DVD around the same time.
I mean, fair, I guess.
So, yeah.
It works for you. Like I said, I've always been bad with stuff like that. Anytime I've always like asked for when did this come out or what was that time frame, you're usually the one that's like, no, it was X amount of time ago, and for some weird reason, you know all of it. So,
dude, I used to be able to name like every single Simpsons episode in order for like the first 3 seasons. Also, like my brain is weird, dude. Like,
oh, that reminds me. I was gonna tell you. Somebody brought me the first 2 seasons of Futurama on DVD.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
cool.
just complete.
Weird.
Like, yeah, I was like, this is weird. He's like, you can have them. I'm like, sure, I'll take them.
Okay.
I'm not. I mean, I won't watch them because I have it on Hulu. But
I do want to buy that big box set that they have at Walmart though. At some point, that's like $100, which $100 isn't bad either. But
no, back in the day, that thing would have been like 6 or 7. So.
Oh, I know. So.
But
anyway,
right,
we've kind of jumped around a lot on this one.
Well, don't worry, we got a lot to edit out of this intro. So.
I know.
But. So good news, guys. We're finally going to change it up. We're not going to solely talk about video games today. We're going to mix some things up, and we're going to talk about music. Some of our favorite music. The catch to it is we're going to talk about our favorite video game soundtracks. So.
Gotcha.
So
you thought
you got bamboozled a little bit, guys. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but we're gonna talk about some of our favorite video game soundtracks. Like these are, I mean, to me, I think these are some of the pinnacle soundtracks in video games. Like we got a pretty good list here. I mean, this for me, obviously, I think I went more like mainstream. You kind of went with stuff that definitely catches your attention. You said this is stuff you actually listen to on the way to like work or something. So
Yeah, it is. I also listen to it at work too.
fair. These are songs that just like when I think video game soundtracks, this is definitely like the pinnacle of video games in my opinion. So so I'm gonna start off with my first one, and again, I don't feel like anybody's gonna be really surprised. This is like hands down one of the biggest franchises, and if you were paying attention to my small talk, you probably already know where this is going. But
I didn't know there was music for Magic the Gathering.
there is now with the Final Fantasy crossover. But I mean, this is just one of many songs when it comes to video game soundtracks and pinnacle. But I feel like Final Fantasy you have to mention when it comes to video game soundtracks. Like this, there's like, I want to say 16 games, but that's not even true. There's probably like 35 to 40 games when it comes to Final Fantasy.
I mean, 16 mainline, not including all the spin-offs and everything.
But yeah, that's
like
what I'm saying.
Like 10-2 and like all 1500 13s.
I mean, there's like the Tactics franchise. There was like Mystic Quest. There's, you know, there's tons of these games. So, but this is going to be interesting. I do want to preface, guys, we are kind of testing the waters with audio here. So if it's too loud, too soft, let us know. We're hoping we don't get in trouble for any of this stuff. These aren't our videos. We're not claiming rights to any of this stuff. So hopefully this all works.
We're seeing what we can get away with.
Yeah, we're kind of playing with fire here, essentially. But what's your insight on the Final Fantasy soundtracks? Like, I know you haven't played the remakes or anything like that. So I know you played remake a little bit, but you haven't played Rebirth. But what's your take on this franchise's soundtrack?
I mean, just Final Fantasy as a whole has always had iconic soundtracks. The main theme just for Final Fantasy that, you know, they tend to use for every single game, they just kind of do different renditions of it. It's iconic, you know, a lot of people recognize it still to this day. There's a reason that they keep using it. But also just, you know, on a note of Square Enix or Square Enix, however you want to pronounce it, just anything they do musically, though, is always just spot on, you know? That's, like you were saying, but whenever we were prepping for this video, you were surprised I didn't pick anything from Kingdom Hearts, but that's also to say, though, like, Kingdom Hearts also has a really good soundtrack too, and it's just a testament to Square Enix and the people that they have for, you know, for their music and for their audio. It's definitely stands out above the rest.
No, sure. I agree, and that's the thing is, like you said, every time they're laying audio for a trial, like a scene or something, it's spot on. Like, anytime I hear a song, it brings me back to a part in the game. It's not a thing of like, man, that's just got a good beat or anything to it. It's like, no, I remember the emotion of that scene in the game. I remember the excitement of starting up Final Fantasy VII and hearing the theme for the first time. Like, it brings me to that point because the song just fits so well for that part. And, yeah, I think, Final Fantasy's got obviously some of the best soundtracks. Square Enix is doing phenomenally when it comes to this, but I have to mention Final Fantasy if we're talking soundtracks. Like, it would be a crime if I didn't, I feel like.
Yeah, I know we've talked about Final Fantasy on this podcast a million times, but yeah, I agree with you though. It would have been a crime if we didn't mention it. Yeah. Because it's beautiful, it's beautifully orchestrated. It's fantastic. So I would also lump it together, you know, pretty similarly to Legend of Zelda as well, which doesn't make an appearance in this episode, but I feel like the Zelda soundtracks also need to have a shout out. So
yeah, no, and I mean, in all fairness, there's like, let's give credit where credit's due. There's tons of great soundtracks out there. Like, even being Zelda, you know, hell, Mario's got some pretty good music in there. And with our review of South of Midnight, like, one of the shining pieces of that review, that on my side anyway, was the soundtrack was phenomenal.
I feel like that review is also what inspired you for us to talk about this today.
No, actually, my last one is really, well, no, second to last one is what really spawned this conversation for me. So.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, and I'll dig more into that too. So, but anyway.
Okay.
So, obviously, I went with Aerith's theme in this one. She's one of my favorite characters. I think this still is beautiful, so that's kind of why I went with this. But this song is just, it's beautiful. It's something I could listen to and just fall asleep to, kind of thing, like relax. Like, it takes the weight off my shoulders. And I mean, that's kind of the nice thing with music, is it can do more than just, you know, it can do more for you than just letting you listen to it. Like, there's, you know, it can actually take that weight off your shoulders. It can make a bad day better, kind of thing. So
No, agreed. Music is powerful. It elicits emotion. It makes you feel. You know, it can cause you to take action. Music is very, very powerful, in my opinion. And I feel like you agree with me. As you know, both of us have very strong music opinions, and also are musically inclined in certain degrees too. So
yeah. No, so this is gonna be my first one. I do want to kind of move on, because we could sit here and listen to these songs all friggin' day long, but this is gonna be a very long episode if we do that. So I'm gonna wrap up my first one, as sad as I am to turn the audio down on this, but I'm gonna roll into your first one. So are you ready to kind of go into yours?
Yep, so my first one is from the great Donkey Kong Country 2, and for this episode I specifically chose Forest Interlude, which I want to make something abundantly clear. Donkey Kong Country 2 as a whole just has an amazing soundtrack all around. It has a lot of great tracks such as Hot Head Hop, and then, of course, everybody knows Sticker Bush Symphony. It is iconic at this point with the, and it's like, it just goes together with this game at this point. Everybody knows Sticker Bush Symphony, but Forest Interlude just really hits it for me. This is the song that plays in the level Ghostly Grove, and it is just, I don't know, it just sets the mood perfectly for the area that you're in, and it's a song that I just love listening to all the time. And just shout out to David Wise, the composer for Donkey Kong Country 2, and he also helped compose for the first one as well, and also he composed some stuff for Tropical Freeze. That man is a musical genius, and he doesn't get enough love. So yeah, shout out to David Wise. You are a master of your craft, sir.
Man, to me, this is kind of like a pinnacle of old school soundtracks, because it's like, obviously music from back then has its own feel and sound, and I mean, it's just like, it's so good. Like, there's not a better way to say it. Like, this music definitely just brings back a time, but there's nothing it's really hard to beat old Super Nintendo's, like regular Nintendo audio, like songs and soundtracks and stuff like that. It's just like,
yep,
I love it, man. Like, I could listen to this stuff all day long too. So.
And now you can with the Nintendo Music app.
That is true.
Bundled in with NSO.
I actually was using that recently. I'm actually quite impressed by that app, in all fairness.
I use it quite a bit, I'm not even going to lie. Even if it's kind of weird that they just, started their own music app, but whatever, it's Nintendo.
I mean, that's what they do. They do their own thing for sure, so.
But do you have any specific thoughts about Donkey Kong Country 2 and its soundtrack, this song, or just any song from Donkey Kong Country in general?
I just kind of like what I was saying earlier. Like, I don't really think I have anything specific or new to say, but it's just the music from these games like Super Nintendo and like, Sega and like PlayStation, like classic RPGs, classic platformers. It's just, they bring back such a feeling. They bring back such a nostalgic feeling. A simpler time, as some would say, but I love it, man. This is stuff like, you definitely can't go wrong with this, in my opinion. So
yeah, no, this song actually like brings back a lot of happy memories for me and hits me in my heart. So pretty hard. Yeah, because so growing up, fun fact, I was partially raised by my great grandmother. I was always at her house a lot, and so she helped raise me for like till I was like 10 years old. She was around in my life for quite a long time before she passed away from cancer. But she had a hand in raising me, and her and I used to sit down and play Donkey Kong Country together. And I mean, she wasn't great at it, and it didn't matter. I was just having a good time playing something with her, because it's the only game she would play with me. So we played Donkey Kong Country 1 and 2, specifically the first one more than anything, quite a bit. But
No, I mean,
So yeah.
honestly, I'm kind of in the same boat. Like, my brother was the one that introduced me into the original Donkey Kong, so it kind of makes me think back to those days of playing Super Nintendo with him and stuff like that. So
Yeah. So that maybe that just talks about how old we are.
oh
So,
yeah, trust me, I feel
yeah.
that. I don't like that feeling. So
I don't either.
well, if that's the case, well, I'm gonna roll into my next one, and it's gonna make me
All
feel a
right.
little bit better because I don't feel as old with this one.
Fair enough.
This one, I think I had to pick one of the when the game was originally made, but did this one? I don't remember if we did the soundtrack for the newer one or the older one on this.
No, I think you did it for the newer one.
Okay, but this one was again your game of the year last year. And I was a huge fan of this, and again, this is a game we talk about all the time. But Silent Hill 2,
Yeah.
the remake, Bloober just knocked it out of the park with the everything involving the atmosphere, the way the game felt, all that stuff. But the soundtrack was just amazing, man. Like, this is one I would love to just I would just sit down and listen to, man. Like, I love the audio in this one, and I know you feel the same way on that.
Oh yeah.
So what's I mean, like, I'm just gonna sit here and listen to this music, man. Like, what's your take on this soundtrack? I know, so Silent Hill 2, you didn't play the original though, right?
No. The only original Silent Hill I have played is the first one.
So what was your take on the
And some
soundtrack?
of 4, but
Okay, so what was your take on the soundtrack when you first heard this one?
well, first of all, I just have to point out that James's face in the background is making me laugh, and I don't know why. It's just like eliciting a childlike inside of me.
Well, this is the scene when they're staring in the mirror, so
I know, but still, it's anyway.
I'd be making a face too if she's laying down on holding a knife. Like, I'd be like,
I know that's how my wife looks at me after I put down a whole pizza, man. Like
knife and everything.
What? No, I'm talking about James's stare.
Oh.
That's how my wife looks at me after I put down a whole pizza.
Fair enough.
Anyway.
So you're the one with the knife going after the pizza.
Yeah, basically, there we go. Because they didn't cut it, so now
Yeah,
I
of
have
course.
to take matters into my own hands. But to bring us back on track.
Thank you.
Yeah. Silent Hill 2, and like you said, and I confirmed, I haven't played the original. I've only played the remake, but Silent Hill 2 remake soundtrack fits for every single moment that it's going for. You and I kind of talked about, and I'm not going to go too in depth on it. Before we started recording, we were talking about a specific game and how it feels like the soundtrack doesn't match to what's going on in that moment in that game. And I'm not going to say what game it is or anything because it's going to actually get brought up here pretty soon. Hint, hint. Not in this episode, but later on.
Yeah.
On this channel. Yeah. But for every single moment that happens in this game, the music fits it perfectly. If you feel like the game calls for is having a sense of anxiety, the music sounds anxiety ridden. If it's somber and sad, the music fits that somber and sad tone that the acting and everything is going for in that moment. If it's thrilling and exciting and you're being chased by something, the music corroborates that. So there's not a single moment where the music doesn't hit in this game because it just fits perfectly with everything that's going on.
No, I agree. Like, I was like comparing to what you're saying is like the soundtrack makes this game more beautifully terrifying.
Yeah.
It's just everything about the soundtrack, it fits the scenes perfectly, because even hearing the theme song right here, I think of walking the streets of Silent Hill in the fog. And it's just that ominous, like, I don't know what's 10 feet ahead of me, 20 feet ahead of me. It could be nothing, or it could be something terrifying. And the music just kind of really amplifies that anxiety, like you said. You don't know what's there, and it's like it's very pretty, it's very beautiful, but it could shift very quickly. Like it could get very dramatic very quickly. So I love this soundtrack. They did phenomenally. The Bloober, like, kudos to you guys. You nailed Silent Hill 2 from every aspect, and I'm super excited to see more with the Silent Hill 1 remake.
Speaking of which, yeah, Silent Hill 1 remake, I'm super excited for, and I'm glad Bloober is getting to take another stab at the franchise after they did phenomenally well with this one. But in January, they're coming out with the Silent Hill 2 movie, I guess, or something
Return
like
to
that.
Silent Hill.
Yeah, Return to Silent Hill. I'm not entirely sure what all that entails and what that means. Is it like a sequel to one of the existing movies, or is it just a movie based off of Silent Hill 2
It is a
specifically?
brand new movie based off of the game Silent Hill 2. But
Okay,
the
so
one
it's
thing,
going to star like James,
yep,
or
yep, it's basically
okay,
going to be Silent Hill 2, the movie. The one thing I do like about it is everybody that was a part of the crew was required to play the game. So
oh
they
really?
actually forced their teams to play the game and get the true understanding of the source material. But they also did it right, in my opinion. They kind of pulled a Last of Us Part 1, where they take scenes and match it as close as they can to the game. They don't they do have
like...
some liberties to it, but they did it right, in my opinion.
Okay, well maybe in January, you and I will be having our first movie review.
I like that idea, because yes, that is definitely one I want to see. I would love to see that in theaters, for sure. That would be a great one to see.
You and I should go watch it and check it out, and we can do a review on it.
I like it. We'll sit in the back with a laptop just whispering into our mics.
All right, guys, this is the part where Pyramid Head kills him. Watch. Just, oh, did you see that? And then I just comically pan the camera over to you, and you just go, chicken jockey.
Joke's on you, Minecraft movie.
And then the entire theater goes nuts.
I don't want to see that movie. No, I'm good.
James Sunderland looks at the camera. Chicken jockey.
No, I don't want any part of that movie. That'll not be a good review. I promise you, if that's what happens.
Jack Black plays James Sunderland.
No, I refuse to support that. I like Jack Black, but no, this I don't know. What I've seen from the trailers from the Return to Silent Hill movie, it's something that I've seen leaks on forever, and it was one of those things of, I don't know if this is a fan-made project or if this is something that'll ever see the light of day, but it does look great, so I am excited to see more on that.
Yeah, I haven't seen a single thing about it. I just know it's coming out in January. So
no, I've been my wife and I have been watching that for quite a while. Like, we've seen like behind the scenes stuff, and they've teased, hey, it'll be out this year, and it's like, okay, you've been saying that for years though, so
yeah,
we'll see. But I'm gonna go on to your next one, man. We could talk about Silent Hill all day, so I'm gonna
hold on. What's my? I'm looking at the screen because I forgot what my next one was. Because oh, hey, I appreciate it. Anyway,
I got you, buddy.
So my next one, this is a game I've talked about a couple of times on this podcast already, so I felt kind of goofy talking about it again, but Andy was like, hey, I'm talking about Final Fantasy for the millionth time, so I was like, you know what, I'll talk about Death's Door again. Death's Door just has an amazing soundtrack. I actually talked about its soundtrack in our Oddly Satisfying recording where I talked about this game, and the song that I chose to represent for this bit is Avarice, which in not Death Stranding, and Death's Door, there's moments where you come across these giant treasure chests, and whenever you open them, the chest comes alive and eats you, and you fall into like this pocket dimension, and then all of a sudden the song just ramps up and the giant words avarice just display on the screen, which if you don't know what avarice is, the definition is basically an extreme greed. So you know the greed of opening the treasure chest to see what was inside, and so of course you got eaten by the treasure chest, and so then you're in this little pocket dimension room and you actually have to fight off all the enemies within it, and then you can actually get either a new weapon or an upgrade to an existing one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I haven't played Death's Door, so I was definitely like, okay, so what's the secret or the story source behind this one? So that's interesting.
Yeah, so that's it. And don't get me wrong, the entirety of this soundtrack is fantastic. I just chose Avarice because it's kind of a pick-me-up after listening to Forest Interlude. Personally, one of my favorite songs off this soundtrack is Ceramic Manor, which was that's the song that whenever I was playing the game made me actually notice the soundtrack and made me start paying attention, was whenever I was inside the manor in the game, and the song Ceramic Manor came on, is what really made me start paying attention to the music for this title. So
Okay, I like it a lot. Like, it's got a really good upbeat sound to it. Like, I really like this is catching my attention. Like, I do like this.
I keep telling you, you need to play it, man.
I do.
I've been telling you that since it came out in 2021. So.
I like I said, I'm pretty sure I own this on the Switch. Like, I'd rather play it on my PlayStation, but I'm pretty sure I own it on Switch. I'll have to double check.
Dude, it's fantastic. It's such a good game and such a fantastic soundtrack. Like I said, I will just randomly on my way to work pull up the OST and listen to it on my drive to work. It's great.
Yeah. No, I like this a lot. I'm gonna have to check this one out. I need to see if I can find a copy on PlayStation. That'll be my next hunt, while I'm buying all the Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering cards, so.
There you go. Well, I know you haven't played Death's Door, but just listening to the song, the Avarice theme, what's your takeaway? What you think about it? Would it actually make you want to play the game just listening to it?
It makes me want to see more on the game. Like, we've talked about this on the podcast before, so I've seen like videos, because I mean, we always play the video in the background, and I've watched it, and I'm not huge on those top-down kind of isometric action adventure games. Like, I like them, but I have a hard time playing them for an extended amount of time unless the story just hooks me. If the story hooks me, I can play it for as long as I need to, kind of thing.
Dude, for me, that's Death's Door, though. Like, the story is just phenomenal, man, and I have a feeling you would love it too.
So that's like, to me, like, the soundtrack already catches my attention. And I like the art style. I like even looking at this, like, this is really pretty a pretty unique art style. Like, I like it. It's not copy and paste of everything else. I always like the cartoonish art style, so this holds my attention. But like I said, I would rather play it on my PlayStation than my Switch. So that's probably the biggest hurdle that would hold me back. Like, I don't mind playing it on my Switch, but I would rather play it on my TV and my PlayStation. So
no, that's
because I gotta get those trophies, man.
Hey, I platinumed it, so I
know.
Don't blame you, so.
I gotta get those trophies.
So, can't blame you one bit on that.
Nope. But all right. So, do you have anything else you want to cover on this one, real quick, or?
No, just even if you haven't played Death's Door, you need to play Death's Door, and if you don't have access to it or can't buy it right now, you should at least listen to the OST because it's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I've only heard this song, but so far I have nothing to argue with that. I like this a lot. So.
Yep.
So I am gonna kind of break the illusion of some things, guys. We usually put things in order. We set up an order on how we do all this, and I'm gonna mix up my order. I'm gonna switch the last two I have because I feel like I have to end on my favorite, and these were the two songs that instantly came to mind, or two soundtracks that instantly came to mind when I was like, best soundtrack of all time.
Yeah.
And I'm a big fighting game fan. Like, I've made that very apparent. Like, I grew up playing fighting games. I grew up playing all sorts of Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Soul Calibur, all that. And the fighting games always have great soundtracks. Mm-hmm. But hands down, there is one video game that has the best soundtrack, or best fighting game that has the best soundtrack of all time. And there's no way anybody's going to convince me otherwise. There's a better soundtrack than this. And I'm just going to let the audio play for just a second, because all you need to hear is the first few seconds of this. And for me, it gets my heart pumping. It gets I'm ready to go. I have to throw this out there. If you know Doom, Killer Instinct, the man, the myth, the legend, Mick Gordon makes nothing but incredible soundtracks.
Oh, yeah.
And hands down, Killer Instinct, 2009?
2014?
I'd have to look at it's been so long.
Maybe 2017, actually. Hold on.
No, this was Xbox One launch.
Oh, was it? Then that would have been 2014, 2015.
Okay, 2014. Yeah, so this this soundtrack instantly got me in the, like, your head's bobbing already, man. You fucking know when you hear this song, it does, man. That's what Mick Gordon does. This guy is insane. When it comes to the Doom soundtracks, like, I'll give credit there, but I think Killer Instinct is some of his best work. And anytime I hear this song, because this soundtrack is on my phone, it just gets me in the mood to start, you know, I want to start playing KI. Like, I want to start playing Killer Instinct.
I don't know why you were like, it just gets me in the mood, and I was expecting you to just be like, it gets me in the mood to snort some protein powder, drink some creatine.
I want to start punching
holes in some walls.
I want to start punching everything.
Makes me want to shotgun a monster.
I mean, maybe, yeah. I just
also,
do.
it came out in 2013. By
2013. Okay,
Yeah.
Man, like I said, I'm always bad with the time frames, but dude, like, hands down, Killer Instinct has one of the best video game soundtracks of all time. Like, I know everyone has their opinions, and I appreciate and respect your opinions, but there are not many other soundtracks that I think will top this. So what's your take on this? I know you're not a KI fan, not like to my level by any means, but what's your take on this soundtrack, man? Do you have any input on it?
It was a banger, man. That was the first time I'm sure I've heard it before, but, you know, this is the first time I've actually sat down and, like, you know, listened to it. You can definitely tell it's Mick Gordon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that man is a master of his craft, much like David Wise with Donkey Kong Country, but just on a different, you know, spectrum. So anyway, but as somebody who loves Doom, you know that. So this, obviously, you know, this song immediately just hit with me, and it really pulled me in. And I just wish Mick Gordon could have done Doom the Dark Ages soundtrack as well, but I know Bethesda screwed him, so...
Yeah, that's the thing, is, like, he had some,
so
issues.
I understand.
So, yeah.
I understand, and thanks for nothing, Bethesda.
No, but Mick Gordon, nothing but respect to you, good sir. You have done some of the best video game soundtracks, in my opinion, anyway.
I don't know if you've seen also, like, if you take some certain songs and soundtracks from, like, the Doom games and you put them on, what is it, a spectrograph?
I think so. I'm not sure. The audio levels?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it a spectrograph?
I don't know for sure. I know what you're talking about, though.
Yeah, anyway, if you throw it up there and it shows, you know, it shows the audio levels and everything, there's actually, he puts, like, demonic symbolism in, you know, in them as well.
That's
so the
weird.
music actually, so the music actually forms, like, pentagrams and stuff like that.
Huh. I didn't know anything on that. That's funny.
Oh, yeah, so the man is literally a master of his craft.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
no, I mean, just listening to the music, I would say that.
Yeah.
Like I said, this is just, like, this song right here just gets you going. I remember, I guess it was 2012 when the Xbox One was getting announced and they were teasing all this stuff. I remember them doing E3 and showing off games that were coming out for the Xbox One, and I remember watching that E3. I had a buddy over, we were both watching, and I was still in that mindset of, do I want a PS4 or do I want an Xbox One? And all I had to hear was the drums. Dun 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 dun. And I was like, that's Killer Instinct? I'm getting my Xbox. Like, that doesn't matter. I don't care what PlayStation shows. Xbox One is what I'm getting day one. And this was a huge staple of my life for a good while. My buddy and I, we went and did tournaments. We did professional tournaments for this game. Like, we dove in head first. We still play this game every now and then. We'll jump on and we'll just do online lobbies and just have fun with it. But the soundtrack is definitely what instantly hooked me. And I still think this stands as a pinnacle for video game soundtracks to this day. So,
you think we're ever going to get another KI?
Man, I hope. And I always hear teasers and stuff like that, like it's possible. But I don't know. I mean, hell, the Iron Galaxy, they came back and did a 10th anniversary patch for the game.
Oh, really?
Like, they actually went back and rebalanced characters, but what was cool about it is Microsoft brought the original team back Like, they got everybody to come back and do the patch. And my thought process is, well, if they're funding this team, why are they not working on something else other than just a rebalancing patch? Like, there's got to be more to it. So I'm hopeful.
So, two things. One, Xbox is obviously putting all their stuff on everything else, including PlayStation. Making a new KI and putting on PlayStation would be a very intelligent move on their part, especially because that's where the fighting game scene is at.
No, 100%.
Aside from Smash Bros, of course, but I mean, you can't do nothing about that. Second thing, the character second from the right looks like the Arbiter from Halo, and I can't get it out of my head.
Well, the funny thing is one, that's Glacius, so that's not Arbiter, but Arbiter is in the game.
Oh, is he really?
He is actually in the game, which is funny, because yes, they started doing extra characters and stuff like that, and Arbiter was one of them. General Rom from Doom was one of them. So, or not Doom, Gears, sorry, Gears of War.
Gears, I was about to say Gears.
I was thinking, like, one of the big ones everyone wanted was Doom Guy, and he never got put in here. I got those mixed up. But yeah, no. So Arbiter is in this game, which is funny.
Okay. Wasn't ready for that.
But, like, again, this is hands down. I would love to see more on Killer Instinct, because I agree, PlayStation is where the fighting game scene is.
Yep.
I was actually talking to one of the guys from Razer, and we were talking about the Razer Kitsune, their arcade fight stick, their leverless fight stick. It's just all buttons on the front. And they released it for PlayStation and PC, but they didn't do it on Xbox. Mm-hmm. And I got to talk to him, and I asked him, so are we going to see an Xbox version of this fight stick? And he was like, who's playing fighting games on Xbox? And it's like, well, me. Like, the best fighting game out there is only on Xbox. And he's like, really? And I was like, all right, I get where you're coming from. I get your argument, but, like, come on, man. So
hey, and then PlayStation just announced their fighting stick too, so for the PS5. So Xbox, bring KI to PlayStation. Give Andy a new KI.
Give me KI 2. Phil Spencer, I'm reaching out to you, man. Come on, make this happen. Yeah. I'm not the only one that wants this, I promise.
And make sure you put in a fighting character that's a Mighty Bean.
Don't ruin this for me. Don't ruin this for me. All right. Well,
make sure the game doxes Andy too.
No, don't do that. No more of that. We've had enough of that. All right. So we're gonna go into your next one.
All right.
Do you remember what your next one is? So
yes, I do.
Okay.
I do.
All right. So this is this one. I'm just gonna play it.
I just want to take a second to listen to it. If you could turn it up a little bit, please, sir.
Yeah, I got you. Ooh, that's pretty.
Yeah. So, this is Toem. This is a game that I actually played last year. I played it in summer of 2024. And it was just one of those games because, obviously I do like to do platinum trophies and everything. And so I was just kind of in the mood in the summer of last year to just blow through a bunch of little small ones that don't take necessarily too long and just try to do a bunch in a row. This is a game that I actually had gotten from PlayStation Plus. I don't even remember when. So it's been sitting in my library forever. And I decided that I was finally going to play it. And this song particularly, man, this one brings a tear to my eye with how beautiful it is. Just how relaxing it is, how calming it is. Fisherman's Tune from Toem is a fantastic song, and it's the one that I chose to represent me talking about Toem. But obviously, much like all the other games I've talked about today, the OST as a whole is worth talking about. But this game, though, is just a cozy game. It's literally about this little character that I don't even think has a name, if I remember correctly. But Toem is a natural phenomenon that happens every so often in this world. And so you are going on an adventure to go and photograph Toem for your personal memories. But along the way, though, you run into other little characters who need pictures taken of various different things, and you have little missions that you have to do with your camera. So that way you can kind of, not necessarily progress, but you get stuff out of it. Like you can get better zoom on your camera, you can get costume pieces for your character. So it's a cozy game. at its finest. And there's also a free DLC as well that was just a ton of fun to play. And most importantly, a couple months ago, Toem 2 got announced, and
Okay.
I am super excited because I did not expect to fall in love with this game and its soundtrack, but I absolutely did.
No, so I've never played this. I don't know anything
Mhm.
on this game, but like just hearing this, especially coming off the Killer Instinct soundtrack, like it's definitely a calming, much more relaxing tone. I love it. Like I'm
Oh yeah.
actually a big fan. I love like acoustic guitar. I love that's very soft melodic kind of sound to it, and this is beautiful, man.
Oh, dude, this, no joke, this OST as a whole has come to my rescue multiple times already, even though I've only, I've known of it for about a year now, because, I have generalized anxiety and everything, and so this song just calms me, or not, well, this song and just the OST as a whole just calms me and really helps with and kind of, brings me down and, lowers my blood pressure and everything, kind of gets me relaxed and chilled out. So
Okay, no, it's very pretty. Like now I'm more interested in this. I'm curious because I download everything off PlayStation as well. Like I'm curious if I have this in my library because I would check it out.
oh dude, it is a ton of fun. It is a absolute blast, and it's just a beautiful game all around. I loved every single minute of it, and I can't recommend it enough. So
Okay, I'll definitely have to take a look. Like I said, that's a very pretty sound. Like again, calming, relaxing, very peaceful. I'm all for it. So
yeah, just Fisherman's Tune was definitely my favorite song from this track. And I mean, it's not even that long of a track either, but
no,
man, it's
I was gonna
just
say.
it resonates with you though. It's so good.
I was
It's
gonna
so
say.
so
So
good.
the song is very short. Is it a long game? Is the game?
I would say going for platinum and everything, it took me maybe what 6-7 hours. So no,
Okay.
it's not that long of a game.
No.
So you can definitely sit down and blow through it. And the DLC maybe takes you an hour or 2 hours. So
Okay. I mean, it's still something like short but enjoyable to play. So.
oh yeah, it's definitely a game I would revisit. I really enjoyed it, and like I said, I can't wait for the sequel to come out.
Yeah, I didn't know there was a sequel for it, so I'll have to
Yep.
look into that. I'll need to check this out. But yeah, that's a beautiful song, man. So I guess I'll go into my last one unless you have anything else you want to cover.
Nope. Let's hear Andy's pinnacle of gaming soundtracks and OSTs.
So this one, this is absolutely the song that I was like, there is no doubt I have to put this on the list. And
Hey, what are you barking at? Chill. Chill. No, don't bark. For everybody, this is my dog, Sophie.
Uh-oh.
Yep, she's. Oh, you scared the crap out of me. We're recording. You scared me. Okay.
Well, there you go.
I'm gonna leave that in. That was funny.
I saw the door opening. I didn't know if you knew it was opening though.
I did.
That's funny.
Oh man. Okay.
I'm gonna like preface like this is hands down my favorite video game soundtrack of all time. It's one of my favorite games of all time. And I'm really bad about picking like best of the best of the best. I'm not great at chronological order of like what's my least to best, least favorite to most favorite. But this is one that always just stands at the top of the list for me. And this is an old PS1 game, but on top of that, years ago we went to it was a Symphony in the Park event.
Yeah.
And they played just nothing but video game soundtracks. And my wife wanted to go because they were doing Kingdom Hearts theme stuff.
That's so cool.
It was incredible.
What?
But I didn't know, and I lost my mind when I heard them play this next track.
Yeah.
And again, there's nothing, I don't think I can, there we go. I don't think I can top this when it comes to video game soundtracks. So I'm just going to let it play.
Yeah, let me hear it. I'm getting Lord of the Rings vibes.
I mean, I know you can see my screen, but are you, like, you're aware what this is from, right?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
okay.
Yeah. Well, you know, I haven't played it, right?
That's the thing, is like, I didn't know if you were familiar with the game.
No, not at all. Just from what you've told me about it is all I know. Ooh.
So good, dude. It gives me chills to this day, man. So I'm gonna say, I am gonna submit as one of my best picks for best video game soundtrack is gonna be Chrono Cross, and this is called Scars of Time. And I know we've talked about it before that you have not played this game.
Yep.
But I cannot stress enough, man. This is one I would love to have you play.
Well, the main reason I haven't, because, you know, now they have the Radical Dreamers edition, which is the pseudo remake, not a remake.
It's
that
just a
came
port.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in the US, it didn't get a physical release, so I have to get either a PAL version or a Japanese copy with, you know, English translation. And I just have yet to have done that yet, so...
Well, they didn't put it on disc on PlayStation. It's only on Switch.
I was going to get a Switch copy.
Yeah, no, I own the Switch copy, and it's got an English translation to it already, so...
Okay, because, yeah, no, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't play a lot of RPGs and JRPGs on my PlayStation, especially because I am a trophy hunter. I'm not trying to torture myself like that, man. So.
Fair? No, like, I would play this on my PlayStation, man. Just, that's kind of like, I don't want to say like a nostalgia part of me, but that's one of those things of, you know, most people are like, I'm going to play Final Fantasy, I play it on PlayStation. You know, I'm going to play Resident Evil, I'm going to play it on like, I play it on a certain platform. To me, as much as I have no problem playing this on my Switch, this is one I would like to play on my PlayStation. And I'm pretty sure I already own the digital copy, because I own the physical Switch. My wife got it for me for my birthday, or no, Christmas one year, so.
Yeah. No, trust me, I understand, because I do the same thing. Like, you know, Crash Bandicoot's on everything, but I won't play it on anything but PlayStation. So yeah, trust me, it's just a thing of, like, you know, like I said, whenever it comes to JRPGs and RPGs, I'm either going to play it on my Xbox or I'm going to play it on my Switch, just for the sake of saving myself some sanity. So
fair. But just to kind of real quickly, because I mean we're going a little bit long on this one. I mean, obviously I'm not complaining in any way, shape, or form. I know you haven't played Chrono Cross. What's your take on the song, though? Like, this is me saying this is hands down one of the best video game songs out there. Like, you can agree, disagree, and I'm not even just talking to you. I'm saying overall anybody can. But what's your take on this? What are you getting from just hearing this? So.
Oh, I like it. It's catchy. It's very Zelda-like.
Yep.
Honestly, whenever it picked up, you know, and really started going, I was like, this reminds me of Zelda, specifically Spirit Tracks. But
fair, I could see that actually. But no, this is this is one of my favorite. This is the one soundtrack I could just listen to all day long. Like, I love this entire soundtrack. The game is phenomenal. I was at work one day, and my boss was playing music, and he actually had this song on his phone as well, and I was like, what the hell are you doing listening to this? So I just thought it was funny.
At him. My man, got me up, chief.
He'd probably look at me different too, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's gonna be my last pick for probably best video game soundtrack, man. Like, again, this game, incredible. Now I want to play it. I need to start this one up. I finished Clair Obscur Expedition 33, so it's like I have the open spot to play something now. This might be it. So
fair enough, but just keep in mind though that if you start in everything, there's fixing to be a lot of games coming out too. So
no, I know. Sadly, we're getting to that time. So.
Oh, I know, because I'm at this point right now where I really want to play through God of War Ragnarok again. But I'm like, there's so many games coming out. I was like, why do I have to have this want right now?
Yep, good old holidays for sure. I mean, it's not the holidays, but it's definitely getting to that time, I should say.
Yep, exactly. The year's blown by quick, so yeah. Anyway, yeah, no, I do like this though. It's catchy.
Oh yeah, it's a beautiful song. So I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna slow this down. I don't know if you want to preface yours to begin with, or
Yeah. So this next one, I think this next one caught you off guard.
oh yeah, 100%. I was not expecting this. I know you're a fan of this game, like without a doubt. I know you're a fan of this game, but yeah, I was not expecting this to be a part of the list.
Okay, so there's a game that came out, 2 years ago now, and it is an absolute banger of a game, and it has an absolute banger of a soundtrack. So I chose It's Pizza Time from Pizza Tower. We'll listen to it for a second.
They knew what they were doing here.
Oh yeah, just the drums. It just starts cooking, man.
They knew what they were doing.
Especially later in the song, there's a part where they come in with like bells and stuff. Oh. I don't know. Wait, and then ready for it?
Holy cow, man.
Yeah, I know, just that drop. Are y'all ready to get funky? So what do you think of this before I go on my little tirade?
Oh, man. Like, this makes me... Again, this kind of goes back to the Donkey Kong conversation we had, where it makes me think of nostalgia. Like, the old-school video games and stuff like that. Like, it makes me think... Like, hearing this, I think of, like, Boogerman and, like, Earthworm Jim and stuff like that. Like, I'm not saying the songs are different, but I'm just saying that time frame. This is cool, man. Like, I know you talk super highly of this game. Like, I need to give it a shot.
Well, good news is physical copies are coming out for Switch, and on Fangamer, you can actually get the collector's edition for $80.
Huh, I'll have to look into it. Actually, no, you showed me that. I do remember that.
Yeah. So, obviously, if you don't know what Pizza Tower is, it is a Wario Land clone, specifically Wario Land 4. So Wario, if you're not familiar with the Wario Land games, the first two are just kind of your basic run-of-the-mill 2D platformers on a Game Boy. The third one actually kind of introduces some Metroidvania elements to it, but very lightly. It was definitely a different take. But then 4 came out the gate and became a cult classic, and whenever you say Wario Land to somebody, this is usually the game they'll think of, or the game they are talking about is Wario Land 4. So the whole premise of Wario Land 4 is you have to get to the end of a level, and whenever you do, there's little collectibles you can get on the way. But whenever you get to the end, there's a little totem type thing that you have to jump on to reopen the portal back at the start of the level to get out.
Okay.
And so you then have to speed run your way back through the level, back to the beginning, and so and collect more stuff on the way so that you can progress to the next level. So Pizza Tower took that gameplay loop and then just modernized it and added some absolutely ridiculous mechanics and maneuvers that you can do. It is insane. But this song's particularly, It's Pizza Time, is the song that plays whenever you hit that little, specifically in Wario Land 4, it was a little switch you hit. And this one, it's this giant oblong creature named John Gutterhall. And, you just knock him over, and the moment you knock him over, the timer starts, and you gotta get back to the beginning.
Huh. It just gave me, like, Sonic feels for a second there, because it got to the point where it, like, double timed the audio, and it just got really fast with the music, so...
Yeah, that's whenever your timer is starting to run down and you're running out of time. Yeah.
That's why I was saying it made me think Sonic, because that's what Sonic does.
But you mean the drowning mechanic?
Doesn't that do that with the time? Once the timer gets low, it doubles the music, or am I crazy?
I don't know. It's been a man.
But yeah, no, I mean, that's cool. Like, it makes me want to check out the game even more so, because I know you talk super highly of this, so...
Oh yeah, like everything else, this entire OST is great. You should check it out. It was actually composed by two different people. One of them being Mr. Sauceman, which Mr. Sauceman did It's Pizza Time specifically, so shout out to him. The other person I'll go ahead and give a shout out to, don't remember their name off the top of my head, is Classy Jito or Jito. I don't it's pronounced one of those ways.
Fair
But
enough.
literally so many songs just absolutely slap in this one, and specifically like Hot Spaghetti, Cold Spaghetti. Both of them are great. They're each different tracks. You have to listen to Hot Spaghetti first, and then one of the other songs that I definitely have to give a shout out to is The Death That I Deserve Eoli.
All right.
So
Well, I mean, it sounds crazy, man. Like, I'm interested. Like I said, I need to actually check this one out. I know you're a big fan of this game, so I mean,
it's
I
a ton
trust
of
your
fun.
word when it comes to a lot of this stuff. So I mean, I need to just play it. But the soundtrack, that's cool. That makes me think old school. Like I said, like Sonic, like Earthworm Jim, Boogerman, like those that Super NES style.
And the good thing is too is the art style tries to reflect that too. I know that
Yeah.
they had, a lot of inspiration from games like those, like Boogerman, Earthworm Jim, obviously Wario Land, but they also had a lot of inspiration from like 90s Nicktoons and Cartoon Network, stuff like Ren and Stimpy. So it just drips with the stuff that you and I are familiar with.
No, 100%. This definitely
So,
even though it's a modern game, it screams nostalgia.
oh yeah.
So I would 100% say like this absolutely makes me think of the time when we were growing up playing these games. So, well, I think I think that'll do it, man. We're actually running a little long on this episode, so I want to try and rein it in before we talk for another 6 hours on music, which I wouldn't mind. But
You know what? Let's pull up another song right now.
All right, so we're going to do another 20 soundtracks right now, guys. Buckle in, go order a pizza because we got a lot to cover. So
it is pizza time. So.
there we go.
Yeah.
But let's kind of start wrapping this up, guys. But what do you guys think? Did we do well on picking our favorite soundtracks of all time, or is there something we missed? Is there something that you think was maybe a better soundtrack and we overlooked? Let us know. We can hear it. Maybe we'll revisit this. Maybe we can do like a part 2 of favorite video game soundtracks or something. Who knows? There's nothing but time when it comes to stuff like this. But anything else you want to cover real quick? Any last minute?
Absolutely. So,
all right.
I just got to say, so in our recording for the Summer Game Fest, at the very end, I made a little comment about how, we're almost at 30 subscribers.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And I called y'all out and I was like, get us to 30 subscribers or else I'm going to come to your house and steal your socks or something like that.
No, you said they're going to owe you a Coke.
Oh, yeah. So, but I am no longer owed a Coke because y'all did it. Yeah, we officially have hit 30 subscribers, and to me, and I know 30 is such a small number, especially compared to some of these other channels out here, but to me it means everything, especially because we've only been doing this for half a year. So it just makes me happy to know that there's at least 30 people out there who enjoy listening to us. So.
No, it's definitely a milestone kind of thing. Like, obviously it's 30. It's not, we're not raking in like millions of dollars or anything like that. It's not that big of a deal. It's 30, but those 30 people have put a little bit of faith in what we're doing here, and that means the world, especially to me. I can only speak on my behalf, but I have a feeling Chandler feels somewhat the same way. Like, we're just doing this for fun, guys. This is something we do all the time anyway, in person or just like while gaming. This is what we do. We just BS about games and soundtracks and movies and whatever we want to talk about.
And
but now you're
grandma's dead husband's porn collection.
I mean, that's a new topic, but you brought that one in today. But this is something that we do, and you guys supporting us, it just means the world to us. So thank you guys. And I guess now we got to keep it going. Now we got to get to 40. So one step at a time.
I'm on a bigger challenge because we're really close to a hallmark number, I guess you could say, or a big number, a big goal.
All right,
let's go ahead and let's get to 50. So
all right,
we need
so
20.
We're pushing 50. All right, so there's the challenge, guys. Help us hit 50 subscribers. Share the word, share the videos. We're uploading more on TikTok. We've been posting more videos there, so definitely feel free to share there. And yeah, just as always, thank you guys. The nice thing is again, the move is done. Chandler is officially settled, so hopefully we're going to start providing some more solo content as well as gaming together. And as always, you can follow me at Your Magical down below, and he is Neon L. Johns on YouTube, TikTok, all that stuff. So don't forget to follow, check us out there. And yeah, and unless you have anything else, man, I'm just going to wrap it up.
Yep, all I'm going to say is, so that's our next goal is 50. If we can't get there, then I guess that means I'm going to 30 houses and stealing 30 pairs of socks. So...
All right, so I guess he just wants to steal some socks. I guess I'm not gonna stop him. He's an adult. He makes his own decisions. So
yeah, no, we're definitely going. If I end up doing that, we're going to have an episode where it's literally just sock puppets the entire time.
I'm just gonna see the behind you on your side. There's that end table or like that. I guess your dresser right there. We're just gonna slowly
you can't see it on the recording, but
well, all right, fair. But I mean, well,
yeah.
I could see it a little bit. But you're gonna start piling socks a little bit over there.
Just, I'm gonna start doing it with my own, just to make people start questioning it. They're going to be listening to us, and they're going to be like, "Where'd Chandler get those socks?" And they're going to run and they're going to check their drawer, and then they're going to send to all their friends and family to subscribe to Frickin' Uncultured. So,
I need my socks back.
What? He could have at least taken the ones with holes in them, but he took my good socks.
All right. I mean, well, you do you, man. I'm gonna let you in charge of that. You're on sock duty, so.
Okay, cool.
But all right, guys. As always, we appreciate you watching. Don't forget, we upload every Friday at noon on YouTube, and we are starting to upload more on TikTok. So don't forget to follow us there. And as always, guys, don't forget. Let's keep it uncultured. We'll see you next time.